This is a kamado cook with a hanger. We're doing a chicken, and it's on this hanger apparatus that you can buy, and I'm trying to stop the direct heat from the coals to burn the bottom of the bird. So I've got a couple of options here. These are essentially vegetable grates that you can buy to put in. That first one there is a little bit big. I've got a little one here which is a Weber one actually, and put that over the middle to try and stop the direct heat getting onto the chicken. So we'll light the charcoal up. I use a luft lighter here, doesn't take very long to do, and that charcoal there is some red gum. So we'll give that a bit of a burst. 30 seconds later it's up and running, and as we'll see, I'll give it a bit of air, and not long after that she's good and going. I want to get most of it lit. There's not a lot in the bottom, and I'm looking to try and get the temperature sort of around 160, 170, but keeping in mind that it's fairly direct around the edges. There's not a big deflector plate in there, just a stainless steel plate. So it's looking pretty good. It's up near 200. Just by the way, I put some of this smoked Himalayan salt on the chicken before it went in. That comes from Aussie Barbecue Smoke. So we just lift the whole thing in, keep that little vegetable plate there in the middle so it doesn't get too much direct heat. You can see I haven't got the bird trussed up either. I don't like to truss the legs up because it doesn't tend to cook in that gap in between the legs if you tie them up too tight. So I just like to leave it hanging. Got some vegetables. We parboiled them, so we'll just put them around the tray. This is really an experiment. I haven't done this before. I was just trying to work out a way to do the whole thing in the one apparatus rather than put the vegetables in the Weber. Anyway, everything in barbecue is a bit of an experiment. You can play around. There's no right or wrong way to do really anything, as long as it comes out well. So the chicken's been in there about 40 minutes, and there it is now at 40 minutes. That wasn't quite 40 minutes before. It's nearly done. The vegetables, there's not a lot of charcoal left, so it's dropping down a little bit. I was probably a bit worried about the vegetables being done. Anyway, the chicken, we'll give it a test and see how it looks, and leave the veggies in there, the spuds. They're just some sweet potato and a bit of pumpkin, I think. And that's the wife's department, not mine. Mine's the chicken. Let's have a look at it. Yep, 74, perfect. Anywhere around there, 74. These things, kamados, just keep it so moist, it doesn't matter if you run over. But anything over about 70 is perfect. Some people say you can do it a bit less than that, but 70 is good. Just rearrange these a little bit now. So I was getting a bit worried that I'm dropping temperature. I haven't got a lot of charcoal left, so I'm going to give them a bit of a direct fire and take that little deflector vegetable plate out. You can see I actually put some foil under that as well, just to stop the heat coming up through those little slots. They're done, but I like them crisper than that. They're sort of done. They're softish, but I'll put them around directly over the coals and see how they go. Anyway, the main game's the chicken. If these can always go in the oven if I need to towards the end. So here's the chicken, all finished off. It's been wrapped up, so it makes the skin go a bit soft, but I'm not really worried about the skin too much. It's the main. Look at that. The meat is just so moist and tender. It's honestly some of the best chicken we've had. Cooking it like that on the vertical just somehow just makes it so even. Turned out perfectly. There's the spuds. We did put them in the oven just a little bit, just to crisp them up, and that's all there is to it.